time to misbehave.
So just about every week, Netflix drops a bunch of new original movies and TV series. This time we have a new original Korean series called Song of Bandits. So the best way for me to describe this series is something akin to a Western version of the Warrior series that you have now on Max.
Now is the time to adapt or die. It's yours in my death.
The third season for that is out. I highly recommend watching all three of those series. But let's jump into Song of Bandits. The Koreans who gathered in Gando, today part of the northern East China, for their own reasons and band together to protect their homes during 1910 to 1945 Japanese colonial rule. So there are 9 episodes, some are above an hour long. The first thing I think you're going to recognize from the series is the quality of it. The cinematography is beautiful, from the lighting effects to the sparse backgrounds to the Western style with the cultural immersion between Western and Korean and Japanese. All of that comes into play here. I haven't seen something quite like this before. As I mentioned before, the closest thing that I can think of is Warrior, which I think is excellent based on the Bruce Lee written works. But for me, I thought it was the premise that makes this well worth watching, and probably going to immerse yourself easily in our protagonist at the beginning, because it's someone that is so broken and so far gone, who feels like they're beyond redemption. When they get to a place where they can have a look at light, possibly still living, redeeming themselves somewhat for the nastiness that they've done in the past. And what this means is that they have to form a group of bandits to kind of be the good guys. If you think of something along the line of mixing Firefly with Warrior, that's kind of what you're getting here. And it's awesome. Between the cinematography and the fight choreography that you get, between the dialogue that feels really realized, the characters are who they're supposed to be, written really well. You believe that they're who they are in their characters, forgetting that they're acting, but rather that you're just a fly on the wall watching this unfold. That is when you get immersed really easily. And for me, even though the episodes are long, you can get immersed into the series very quickly because you have, I guess, emotional attachment to your protagonist. And then from then on, as we get to meet the other quirky, interesting characters who've gone through horribleness themselves, I think is a way to engross the audience into wanting to watch more. Now for me, I would say that I've seen choreography done well, but I haven't seen choreography with Western and martial arts done in this sort of feeling. Like, I've seen Warrior, I like that, but this with the gunplay that they do, you know, sort of John Wicker gunplay, there are moments where it's gung fu, but with the guns and weaponry used in the day. So you're talking, you know, a Winchester, spinning that round, using that as a weapon. All of the choreography feels authentic to its time, but as well has a super realized look and world. So when they fight, the ability of that, or our character's ability, is excellent. And then I would say that because of the stylized look and the cinematography that we have, those beautiful shots, when it comes to the brutality of the day, they don't skimp from that. So it's a really dark introduction into this world. It doesn't really let up from that, except for some levity that you get along the way because of some of the characters. But mostly it's them trying to survive or trying to win back the day. And I like most of the characters, but for me, it was always kind of rooting for the people to survive. And it's interesting. I think you'll enjoy the most of the journey, but I think definitely stick this on your watch list. Let me know. I'm still working my way through the episodes. I haven't watched the whole thing yet, so I can't give a full review. But for now, what I've seen, I'm very much invested. I want to go back to this and see what the Bandit group get us up to. I think it's going to be a surprise for most people. One probably that creeps under the radar. Netflix hasn't really promoted this. There's been some talk about it. I've heard some people in my comments selection going, hey, are you going to review this? And this has been going on for a few weeks. Those that know, every now and again, South Korean content will just be quality. Not always, but a lot of the time. So let me know what you thought about this. Who's your favorite character? Thanks so much for watching, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long on Tuesday.